Hey, Rock-afire fans. Still working on the house. Look at all this garbage. Still trying to fix it all up after the big hurricane, the flood. Anyway, about 10 years ago, it was 2014 in October, when Shipping Wars called me up and asked me if I wanted to do an episode with them. They wanted to ship a Rock-afire Explosion somewhere, but I didn't have anywhere to ship a Rock-afire Explosion. Still, they said, hey, we'll ship one for you for free. If you have one to go somewhere, there you go, you'll save shipping costs. We're not gonna pay anything, but that's the way we work. I said, well, I'm sorry, I don't have anywhere to ship a Rock-afire, and I wanna be paid for my time. And we negotiated, we came to an understanding, and yes, I did do the episode with Shipping Wars. A lot of you know about it, and I've been promising I'd tell you all about it, tell you the inside scoop about what happened behind the scenes, and whether it was fake or whether it was real or what was scripted or what wasn't scripted. And I promised I'd write a book about it, but gosh darn it, I didn't know I had a 5-year gag order imposed on me by the contract. So I had to wait 5 years. In fact, I got pretty mad about the 5-year gag order. I even got mad at my manager for suggesting I sign that without telling me I had a gag order. That really made me mad. Anyway, I got over the 5 years, right? Because it's now been 10. Okay, and I still haven't had time to write that book and tell everybody, but I keep getting these messages from you guys saying, hey, 5 years is up. When are you going to write that book? We want to hear about Shipping Wars. Well, I still haven't had time to write the book, but I did consent to an interview recently by a couple of good buddies of mine, Rick and Bushy. In fact, he goes by Dirt McCoy and Bushy. And they have a little podcast. It's just great. These guys are so funny, and they deserve a lot more viewers than they have. But they're great guys. They're great musicians and great humanitarians. So I said, sure, I'll be happy to do a podcast with you and reveal all the secrets you want to know about Shipping Wars in the time allotted. Now, we did do the episode, and there's a lot more that we didn't get into that I will put in the book. But if you want to hear, if you want to see what was said on Dirt and Bushy's podcast, I'm going to put the link right below in the description. So here's a little preview, and with a reminder of what the Shipping Wars episode looked like. These are the Rock-afire Explosion, the world's greatest animatronic rock and roll band.
I saw this one put on an awesome show in Cleveland. They were amazing.
This is our 35-year anniversary concert.
Like for adults? Could I see how they work just so I make sure everything does work?
Yes, I got it all connected up.
Hey, look at you, VIP.
I've been going crazy.
Tamara says this is exactly what it looks like backstage at a One Direction concert.
Don't mess up his hair.
Oh, can you take his head off?
No.
Jen, how could you do that? I would never ask you to remove your head from your ass.
I cannot. Like, what?
Turn right onto West Livingston Street. Then turn right
Shut
onto
up,
Norfolk
Siri.
Siri, Jen just had a blowout. What should she do?
She should try pulling her head out of her ass.
Oh, hell yeah. Excellent, excellent.
Okay, well, you know, I've never told anybody the inside scoop yet, but it's only because I had a gag order for 5 years. I wasn't allowed to spill the beans. And then, but I told everybody, I promised everybody, I was going to tell everybody, I was going to write a book on it. And I still will write a book on it, how fake it is.
Excellent.
And
that gag order's expired, though, right?
What'd you say?
That gag order's expired, though, right?
Yes, it's been 10 years. Can you believe it?
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah. So everybody keeps writing me and saying, hey, man, your 5 years is up. Your 5 years is up. Please tell the story.
It's not like it was anything new, but my thing with the Shipping Wars is just how fake the whole, like, it doesn't matter what they're shipping. It always has to be there in 2 or 3 days. They're always going to deduct you $500 an hour that you're late. So I turn on the TV and I sit down and there's Billy Bob, you know, being dollied out of the back of a trailer. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. There's the Rock-afire Explosion on Shipping Wars. And it was. I had just turned the TV on. That was the first thing I see. And then, sure enough, you know, you pop up and you're helping to load. That was one of my big questions. They had you take a, you know, one of the, I think it was a sign or something that went with it. And it had casters on it. and they had you put it on the pallet jack, which is a smooth metal surface, also with wheels underneath. And I'm like, there's no way that this was his idea. This is just,
That's funny that you would have picked that particular scene out, because, man, that one left me scratching my head. I said, what are you doing? We engineered this sign for mobility.
Right,
There's
with
better
wheels.
wheels on this frickin' sign than there is on your dolly.
Right.
Why are you making me put this on the dolly? I can't believe they made me put that sign on the dolly, which actually almost wrecked the sign.
Yeah, because it rolled and almost flipped off.
Yeah.
I could tell that was real. Like, it was really falling and you were really trying to catch it.
A lot of stuff was imposed on me, but that's an interesting question where you said how much was fake and how much was real, because some things happen that are real, and that's like magic, and they keep that, and then some things they just plan. They just they have some ideas before they show up for the shoot, but sometimes they're just shooting off the hip. So anyway, but in this situation, this one time in my life, I was supposed to have natural inclination towards being mean to this girl. And I had to think, on my feet, what I could do to be mean to her, too. It wasn't all scripted by the director. I was supposed to come up with some of my own shit.
Oh, you had to freeball it. You had to, improv.
So they they took out where you punched her?
Yeah.
Hey, while y'all were watching that, I walked on down to the beach, get a little of this evening sun, evening fun, and more. So now it's time for you to go on over there to Bush and Dirt's podcast and watch the whole thing. I'm sure you'll learn something and have a good time doing it.